on February 12th, 2024 to order. And would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, so we are a little late. We have a poll hearing at 5:31. So I will read that statement before we get started. Actually, Chris, don't I have to call it to order first?
The poll hearing?
Yeah. So I'll first call the poll hearing to order and read the legal notice. The Select Board will hold a public hearing on Monday, February 12th, 2024 at 5:31 p.m. at the Senior Center building located at 10B West State Street, Granby, Mass. to grant permission to Massachusetts Electric Company doing business as National Grid to locate poles, wires, and fixtures, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures along and across the following public ways. Morgan Street, National Grid to install 2 SO poles on Morgan Street, beginning at a point approximately 1,332 feet south of the center line of the intersection of Pleasant Street and continuing approximately 84 feet in a southerly direction. Install 1 SO pole to provide service for new home number 29 and install 1 SO mid-span pole to correct long span and low wires along the road in Granby, Mass. Location approximately as shown on plan. Wherefore, it prays that after due notice and hearing as provided by law, it be granted a location for and permission to erect and maintain poles and wires together with such sustaining and protecting fixtures as it may find necessary. Said poles to be erected substantially in accordance with the plan filed herewith. Marked Morgan Street, Granby, Mass. number 3092230. Also for permission to lay and maintain underground laterals, cables, and wires in the above or intersecting public ways for the purpose of maintaining or making connections with such poles and buildings as each of said petitioners may desire for distributing purposes. Your petitioner agrees to reserve space for 1 crossarm at a suitable point on each of said poles for the fire, police, telephone, and telegraph signal wires belonging to the municipality and used by it exclusively for municipal purposes. Copies of proposed plans, Morgan Street, number 309222230, Granby, Mass. are available in the Board of Selectmen's office, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on Friday, located at 10B West State Street, Senior Center Building, 2nd floor. Granby Selectboard. So, yes. So if you want to go first, that would be great.
Okay.
If you can just say your name for us.
I'm Lisa Jasinski with National Grid. Good evening to both of you, 3 of you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So we're looking for the mid-span pole. You may have heard me speaking with one of the abutters. It's really to correct a long span of wires, and they're very low. So as we go through and do new construction, we like to correct the existing construction as well. And then the service pole across the street would be simply that service to provide, or a point to provide service for the new home going in.
So these 2 locations.
Yeah. If you're going towards Ludlow. It goes that way.
New Ludlow Road.
No, this is
This is Morgan
Morgan
Street.
Street.
But as you
This
go
one goes to Ludlow, Mass.
East Street. Okay. Okay.
I have no issues with it. I read the plans earlier.
Yeah. Is there any abutters here that would like to speak? Or have any questions? Okay. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the.
Is that gonna be just for the pole for the new house, or
We do
more
it.
than one?
It's the new house and then the mid-span one, so it's 2 poles total.
Oh, so one down by my house too?
So it's between the 2 existing poles. It's right in the center between the 2 existing poles, like from where your house is and the new house. In that stretch of wires across the street, it's a mid-span pole to hold those up. And then it will come across to 1 pole to feed the new home.
Do you want to come up and see just the diagram of it?
Huh?
Do you want to see the diagram of it as far as
Yeah,
where she's
I'll-
talking about where the poles
Because
are?
I understand what you're saying.
So this is Morgan Street, this is
Right.
East Street, so it would be this way. Right, coming from Morgan Street and East Street goes this way.
All right,
So-
well, for me, it'd be that
Right,
way.
yes.
That's Pleasant Street.
Correct.
Okay,
Up here.
so here's the new house, they get a pole there.
Yep.
And that's another pole?
That's the midspan pole, and then your
Okay.
house is about here.
Mine's about here,
Yep.
yeah, and that needs a pole back.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna put mid one to lift these wires up.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's really low.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
I make a motion that we approve the plan. The Morgan Street pool.
any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No one abstains, it's only us. All right, so that one's all set, and then we have another one at 541. So I will read that one. I will call that poll hearing to order. Before we actually do that one, Rick, I'm just gonna have you sign it. For the first one.
Okay.
Chris, are there 2 copies of the Morgan Street one?
I didn't think so.
We need to sign 2 copies of it?
I don't think so. Do you?
Yeah, there's 2 of the same. Because the number's 3092223. So you only need us to sign one, or do you need us to sign both?
Just sign one, I guess, for now.
Okay. There's another one in here, but it says the same thing, so I'll just leave that. All right, so the 541, I will call this public hearing to order. This is also a poll hearing, so the Select Board will hold a poll hearing on Monday, February 12th, 2024 at 5:41 p.m. at the Senior Center Building located at 10B West State Street, Granby, Mass. To grant permission to Massachusetts Electric Company doing business as National Grid to locate poles, wires, and fixtures, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures along and across the following public ways. Porter Street, National Grid to install 2 SO poles on Porter Street beginning at a point approximately 369 feet south of the center line of the intersection of Bachelor Street and continuing approximately 75 feet in a southerly direction. Install 1 SO stub pole to support construction that is now being supported with a tree gay in bad condition, and continue 75 feet south, install 1 SO pole to correct low service to house number 172 in Granby, Mass. Location approximately as shown on plan attached. Wherefore it prays that after due notice and hearing as provided by law, it be granted a location for and permission to erect and maintain poles and wires together with such sustaining and protecting fixtures as it may find necessary. Said poles to be erected substantially in accordance with the plan filed herewith marked Porter Street, Granby, Mass. number 309-18196. Also for permission to lay and maintain underground laterals, cables, and wires in the above or intersecting public ways for the purpose of making connections with such poles and buildings as each of said petitioners may desire for distributing purposes. Your petitioner agrees to reserve space of 1 crossarm at a suitable point on each of said poles for the fire, police, telephone, and telegraph signal wires belonging to the municipality and used by exclusively for municipal purposes. Copies of proposed plans, Morgan Street, number 309-18196, Granby, Mass. are available in the Board of Selectmen's office, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. to 12 noon on Friday, located at 10B West State Street in Senior Center Building, 2nd floor, Granby Selectboard. So you're already sitting there, so if you want to...
Lisa Jasinski with National Grid still,
Yes.
and just in regards to this, it's the line that comes off of Bachelor Street and it's coming down Porter, And right at a very sharp curve, there's a pole that's being supported with a tree across the
I know
street.
where you are now.
Yeah, and it really needs to have a pole across there because that tree is rotted and it's not going to be supporting that line much longer. And from that pole, a service wire takes off to feed that 172, I think was the number.
Yep.
And it kind of goes through, across, I think it crosses actually a property line through the woods to feed the house. So we're going to continue that with one more pole so we can properly feed that last house, 172, and guy it all properly as well.
So the one that is currently standing is that number 31 on the map?
Just take a quick peek.
So you've got two
So
coming
yeah, so
here.
there's the last pole, and from here it's feeding like kind of through and down to the
Okay.
house. This is where we need it because this tree is rotted and
Okay.
it's supporting this line that's on that sharp corner.
Okay.
So we now need this pole over here to guy it, and then we'll continue it down here with wire to feed this house properly.
But
And then
this
be able
one's
to-
a good pole.
that one's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's an existing one. So
Let me see it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know where it is, yeah.
Good pole, black pole. They're gonna put a new one there. And
It's over
then,
near my sister's old house.
okay. All right, and do we have any abutters here that want to speak or have any questions? All right. So we will close the poll hearing and any further discussion, Rick?
Nope.
We'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Porter Street pole at 172, it's in Porter Street still? 172 Porter?
Porter.
Yeah.
All right, I will second that motion, but all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for coming.
Chris, I'm just gonna sign both because now that I look at it, both of them have two.
Okay.
So I'll just sign both just in case. Thank you. Take care.
Oh, okay.
So Rick, I'm just gonna give you the second copy to that first one, just because there are two copies in there, and then that way we make sure we sign both. So it's just that one. And then those are the next two. They've got the little tags on them. All right. Do we have any citizens' participation tonight? And Chris, do you have anything for us?
No, not at this point.
Okay. So we'll go on to department.
What's the, underneath the pole here, you got a Damon Cody here?
That's a 6 o'clock appointment.
Yeah, we still we have about 11 minutes before they get here.
Okay.
We can do departmental reports. Did you have a chance, Rick, to read all the
I did.
reports?
Yes.
So Chris, even though I'm acting chair at the moment, can I make motions? So I will make a motion to approve the departmental reports from the police, maintenance, as well as the Granby Council on Aging board meeting minutes, and the Board of Health.
I will second that motion.
Any more discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, do you want to do, next is sign and approve maintenance warrants? So I will make a motion to approve warrant number 49. This is the bills payable warrant dated 2/9/2024 in the amount of $835,529.37.
I will second that.
Any further discussion?
No.
I did have a question for Chris. Chris, what was the Reyes Town Package property, West Street?
That's the insurance, property
Okay.
insurance on the West Street building.
Oh, I thought we had I thought it was rolled into town insurance, no?
No, that's a separate one
Okay.
because it's a vacant building at this point.
Oh, okay. So once we get it unvacant, then we wouldn't have to pay?
We won't pay that price, no.
Okay. And then La Framboise does our monthly testing, but we had an on-site engineering, but I think I read in Jeremy's report, it was for the safety complex, right? They were doing maintenance or
No,
repair?
on-site engineering is the company we use to deal with DEP to get the public water supply reactivated at West Street building.
Okay. So then that's moving along then with the West Street? Okay. Good. All right. Those were my only questions. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, next one is a motion to approve warrant number 49S. This is a bills payable warrant for the school dated 2/9/2024 in the amount of $133,911.84.
I will second that.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, sir. So we do have some minutes to approve. Trying to find. There. So in the minutes. So I will make a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen minutes from September 7th, 2022.
Second?
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
And next one is a motion to approve minutes from January 8th, 2024.
Second?
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
That was the second.
Oh.
Yeah, and then that one's the. I didn't get a chance, Rick, to completely read the August 1st, 2022, so if you're okay with that, I was gonna ask to table it till next time.
Fine.
Thank you. Chris, should I start the common victulars even though, okay. All right, so I will make a motion to approve common victulars license 24-24 for Sapowski's Farm at 434 East State Street in Granby. In this place only and expires December 31st, 2024.
I will second that.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll make a motion to first approve the permit fee waiver request for the Friends of Granby Library for a common victulars license for fundraising for the library events.
Number?
No, this is
Oh, the
the
waiver.
permit.
Yes,
waiver
I'll
fee.
second the waiver.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then I will make a motion to approve the common victular license 24-25 for the Friends of Granby Free Public Library at 297 East State Street, in that place only and expire December 31st, 2024.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Oh, no.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we do have an appointment at 6. Damon Cody here? Okay. All right, so we'll hold off on the rest of the common vics since our appointment's here, if that's all right with you, Rick?
Absolutely. Mr. Cody, you can come up here and have a seat, please.
Yes. Hey there.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I still got the chill, so.
I know, it's
Keep
cold
this out
out.
for a minute.
It's getting cold. A lot different than the 40s this weekend.
Yep.
All right, well, welcome. You are here for the building commissioner, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Chris, you were gonna give us, application and everything, right? Or no?
Kathy didn't put it in there?
No. I didn't have one, did you have one? Yeah.
I'm looking at them.
I was like, I have nothing, so hi, welcome.
Yeah, because I gave it to her and she was supposed to put it in the packet.
Okay. It wasn't.
Well, just have him explain a little bit about his
Yeah.
history.
So if you want to just tell us a little background about you and what brought you to Granby and why you want to be the building, if you have
Sure.
experience doing it and so forth.
So you don't have my resume?
I don't have anything
Nothing?
in front of
Okay,
me.
so
I'm sorry.
I can just make it all up. Okay. So actually, I'm here because I had a couple of contractors that work here that approached me and said, hey, you know, they're looking for somebody over there. I've been working in South Hadley for the last year and a half. And I said, you know, I'm not really that interested. And they said, well, they're looking for a while. And so I said, okay, let me look at the posting, and what you guys are offering is absolutely fair. And I'm currently in South Hadley for a year and a half. The workload is too much for one person. So that's where I'm at. I was in Holyoke for 12 years as the commissioner before that.
South Hadley or
I'm
building
currently
commissioner?
in South Hadley.
Okay.
And before that, the 12 years before that, I was in Holyoke as the commissioner. So I've been doing it quite a long time, a lot longer than most folks that are twice my age, but, and I enjoy doing it. It's just, I'm looking to go to something simpler, quieter. When I was in Holyoke, it was just endless work. I actually just got a call from the Holyoke Fire Department this weekend, and I'm going, you guys shouldn't even have my number anymore. It's been a full year and a half, but they're still calling me, and that was every 10 days. I'd be called out for an emergency. So, you know, I don't want to get completely burnt out from something I enjoy doing. And the requirements are becoming much more complex, as I'm sure if you haven't heard about yet, you will sooner or later. So it's a lot more work on the building inspector end of things. I don't know, just probably about it. That's my background. I have, it'd be better in a resume. I don't like talking about myself and accomplishments or anything like that, but I also have a master's degree, so I've gone through, got 2 bachelor's degrees, my master's degree from Rhode Island School of Design. I'm a certified building official, of course, after all this time. I'm also a certified floodplain manager. I think I'm the only one in Western Mass. That's a building official. There's other ones. That's something that everybody has flood. And it's another complex set of regulations that kind of go to the wayside in a lot of communities, but it's super important, especially Holyoke, South Hadley, everybody on the river. And what else? Yeah, I don't know. That's probably it for my.
What are your bachelor's degree in?
I have 2, one in art and one in psychology.
Oh. And your master's is in?
In art. It's in design, art.
Got it.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of flying blind without your resume here. You were a contractor, I'm assuming you started out.
Yeah, I was a contractor for, well, going back, it was in the military. I was in the Marines for 4 years. I was a demolition guy and supervisor, guard supervisor. So nothing really exciting about that. I just did my 4 years, and in the Marines, I got out. I came home to this area. Actually, I lived in Granby at the time when I joined, and from there I went to college. So I started at HEC, UMass. I did all that.
Yeah.
And as a way to get, well, contracting I did since I was a teenager. I was doing it when I went to Holyoke Catholic. I started doing flooring in the summers. I then took a job in the summers working at Eastern Etching and Graphics. I'm starting to forget all this stuff because it was that long ago.
Yeah.
And I worked there, learning things, learned the trades there, and then continued on, started my own company, I think around 2003-ish, and ran that until I got talked into doing this. I was teaching college. I worked as a professor for a few years. I don't know why. I got talked into doing this, but I did by the Holyoke commissioner at the time. I said, they're looking for people. I was looking for people.
Yeah.
There's not many people to do this and a lot of vacancies.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the whole story.
And that was 12 years ago, right? You were saying that you were with Holyoke for 12 years?
2011 or 12, I started
Yeah.
there, yeah.
And there's still lots of vacancies.
Yeah, yep.
Well, thank you for giving us your background. I know you'll forward the resume to us as soon as Kathy's back from vacation. I think we should wait for Glenn, should we, Chris? So that Glenn, you think you have it in there?
I'm just looking to see if she might have put it in another folder, that's all.
Make sure it's not in correspondence. I don't think she would put it in there.
One
Wasn't in the appointment
No.
folder with the
I'll
other?
check the departmental reports, but no, it's not in this one either. I'm gonna check the appointment folder. It just had the poll here, separate, folders for the poll hearings. Yeah, it would be in that one if it's in any of them.
No, just notice them, but there's nothing.
Sorry about that. She was on vacation mode.
Because I handed it to her, and she was supposed to put it in the folder, so.
Alright.
Nothing.
Do you have any more questions for him?
No, I think I'm good.
Do you want us to schedule another appointment on the 26th?
Yeah, our next meeting is on the 26th. Would that be okay for you to come back then? I'm sorry.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, is it,
It's a Monday.
Monday, yeah. It probably is, if you don't mind me just looking really quick.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Chris, do you want him to call you to follow up with an appointment, or do you want to just assign him a time now?
Trying to think.
I know
don't
we've
think
got
we
a
have-
lot going on the 26th too, because we have the public hearing for the gravel pit too.
But that's what, 6 o'clock?
I think so.
So maybe 5:31 can do it first thing.
Which would
Okay.
be good for you to show up at.
Either's fine, it doesn't, yeah, 5:30 if,
No, for that next gravel pit thing. I would like to hear your opinion after.
No, you don't want,
No.
you don't want to scare him away.
Yeah.
I know about gravel pits, and the other things similar, trust me. I dealt with the Mount Tom, quarrying.
Oh, that one way up
Yeah,
there.
that hot topic that went on for years, well, went on for probably a century altogether, but it ended when I was there.
It's not that extreme, but
Yeah.
it deals with floodplain, that's the only thing.
Ah,
All right, so well, thank you so much for coming and telling
Certainly.
us about yourself, and we'll see you on the 26th at 5:31.
okay,
We'll
sounds
be,
good.
we'll be more prepared.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
sorry, thank you for coming.
Take care.
Thanks, take care.
All right, so we'll continue with the victualler's license that we were doing?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sorry.
Nope, that's okay. All right, so I'll make a motion to approve the Friends of Granby Veterans Entertainment and Common, oh, no, sorry, this is the entertainment permit fee waiver request. So this is the Friends of Granby Veterans, and this one's circled entertainment, and then we'll do common vic after.
Okay, so it's the entertainment license.
Yeah. If you want, that was just the order it was put in, so Rick, if you want, I can continue with the
No, that's
victualers
fine.
and go back.
No,
Okay.
that's fine. I'll
So-
second that.
All right, any more discussion?
No.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye. Do you have a license number? Oh, there you are.
I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry, excuse me. All right, this is entertainment license 24-07 for the Friends of Granby Veterans at P.O. Box 38 in Granby for an entertainment license to provide entertainment, live band, DJs for the events to be held on the grounds of Dufresne Park located at 32 Kendall Street, Granby, Mass. And expires on December 31st, 2024. And that's a motion to approve that entertainment license. Sorry, I should have started with that.
I will second that motion.
Okay, any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next one is a motion to approve the permit fee waiver request for the Friends of Granby Veterans for their common victualers license.
I will second.
Any further discussion?
None.
All in favor?
Aye.
So I make a motion to approve common victualers license number 24-26 to the Friends of Granby Veterans at P.O. Box 38, Granby, Mass. In this place only and expires December 31st, 2024.
Second.
All in favor, or sorry, any further discussion? Right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chris, should the common victualer's license also say at Dufrane's Park, or do we give it to a P.O. box? It's not really an address.
No, it isn't. It is not an address.
Okay, but it's just to that entity, right? So it doesn't, okay. Because it sounded funny saying that they can only do it at that P.O. box. All right, next one, I make a motion to approve the entertainment license number 24-08 for Red Fire Farm Ryan Boland at 107 Carver Street in Granby for an entertainment license to provide entertainment to customers as follows. Live entertainment consisting of a DJ or small bands, 12 p.m. till 6 p.m. only for August 2024 Tomato Festival to be located at 7 Carver Street, Granby, Mass. And expires December 31st, 2024.
I will second that.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I make a motion to approve common victular license 24-27 for Ryan Boland doing business as Red Fire Farm at 7 Carver Street in Granby, Mass. And expires on December 31st, 2024.
Second?
Any further discussion?
None.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
All right, so we have a couple appointments. So for the Zoning Board of Appeals, Dakota Richards would like to be part of the Zoning Board of Appeals. So do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'm okay with the order. Great, so I'll make a motion that we approve Dakota for the zoning board of appeals.
I'll second that motion. Any further discussion?
None.
So the Zoning Board of Appeals, that's not any conflict with the assessor's office or anything, right?
Correct. The only thing he would have to recuse himself from is if he represents anybody who comes in front of them as a realtor.
Okay. All right, then I don't have a problem with him being on the Zoning Board of Appeals
And you said the board's full now, right?
Yes,
Excellent.
with him on it, right?
yes.
Okay. All right. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and we also have a request, Jeff Rule would like to be placed on the Capital Improvement Committee.
I'll second that.
And Jeff Rule was our,
VSO.
yeah, BSO before. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Good appointment.
Any further discussion? All in
No.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and next one is from Nick Robinson. He would like to be appointed to the Charter Day Committee. And then, Nick, I noticed here on your letter, says that you want to also be part of the Energy Committee.
Well, I was a little confused, Crystal, because
Do you want to step up to the
Oh, yeah,
mic so
sorry.
they can hear you at home?
Yeah.
And just say your name and your address.
Nick Robinson, 114 Pleasant. I put in to be for the Energy Committee, but it seems like the Energy Committee was already formed because there were some updates
that you said at the last meeting I was at. I believe it was in mid-January. So I don't know if that's already been formed, or I think his name was Mark. You had like some updates on him. So I don't know if, like I said, if the committee's already, if I can get on the committee, or if it's.
We don't
I don't know
have
much
an
about
energy
it.
committee right now.
No,
Yeah. So that was the one that Jay Joyce wanted to start, right? That's the energy
and
committee.
we weren't going to appoint a one-member committee or a two-member committee. We're looking for another member before we would appoint the committee.
Right.
Oh, maybe I heard something else then.
I was a little
I
confused.
think it was like
said
Mark.
on
Yeah, I
there.
heard somebody said Mark. I don't know.
Okay. Nick is a great help. He was on the Charter Day Committee when I was chair. He works really hard. He wants to do stuff for the town. I'm not the chair of the committee anymore, so I don't know if we should wait for Glenn. I don't even know who's
Is Glenn the chair?
I don't know who the chair is of the Charter Day Committee. I know it's 3 people on it that were appointed to it back in September. But,
I don't know if they reorganized or whatever.
Yeah.
so.
So,
okay.
yeah, I didn't know any of that either.
Yeah.
What was going on with it. I just saw that they needed help, so I recently moved back to the town. I left for a little bit, moved back last month or December, and I wanted to be more involved in the community, so I was just looking for something to do.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. That's excellent news. Like Mr. Martin was saying, we need more than 2-member committee, and I don't know if the people that originally wanted to be on the energy committee are still willing to do that.
Okay.
So,
No problem. I'll find something else. I'm sure there's a spot
Yeah.
for me somewhere.
but as far as the Charter Day Committee, I think we need an update from Glenn as to what's happening with the committee.
Okay.
I know they only have 3 members, so they're looking for more members.
Right.
But I can't give you an update. I don't know what's going on within that committee right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what the minimum quorum is for that committee?
Well, when I was on there, it was 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah. But if you don't have the members, you don't have the members, and you have to rewrite the rules and regulations.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean, I'll make a motion to approve him to the Charter Day, or to appoint him to the Charter Day Committee.
Why don't we put this off?
You want to put it off until
Table
Glenn's?
Mr. Sexton's
Okay.
here and he can address it with you.
And then at our next meeting, maybe he'll be able to give us an update on where they stand with the Charter Day
Yeah.
Committee as far as this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Nick.
No problem.
Don't have
Thank
more
you.
information, but thank you for your willingness to help us out. That's great. All right. All right, next is the sealer of weight and measures fee schedule. So do you want a copy of that one? It was kind of small to read, but you could blow it up on your screen. So in that first column, Chris, is that what Northampton charges, or is their proposed amount what they're going to be charging now?
Proposed amount is what they're charging now.
Okay. Yeah, the other inspections, when it says not used, it's just, they don't have,
We don't have those type of scales or
Okay.
measuring devices in Granby.
So under weight, Chris, my French is a little rusty. What's that first word? Avoirdupois,
How's your voice?
hard voice. Is that a word?
That's usually at pharmacies,
Okay.
apothecary type shops.
Just never saw it before.
So we have to approve their pricing, even though that's what they're gonna charge us anyways.
As the Board of Selectmen, you
Yeah.
have to accept the fee schedule as presented.
Okay.
I don't see anything in here that's that outrageously
No?
jumped up.
Well, and everything's going up, so,
Yeah.
but it's not going up like you said by a lot. $1 here, 10 here.
You want a motion?
Yeah, I can make a motion to approve the sealer weight and measures fee schedule as presented.
And I can second that.
Any further discussion?
None.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so next is to approve and sign election warrant. So I'll read the warrant. Commonwealth of Massachusetts, William Francis Galvin, Secretary of the Commonwealth, Town of Granby, warrant for presidential preference primaries. Hampshire, to either of the constables of the Town of Granby and the County of Hampshire. Greetings, in the name of the Commonwealth, you are hereby required to notify and warn the inhabitants of said town who are qualified to vote in primaries to vote at precincts 1, 2, and 2A, Granby Junior Senior High School, 385 East State Street, on Tuesday, the 5th day of March 2024, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the following purpose: to cast their votes in the presidential primaries for the candidates of political parties for the following offices: presidential preference for this Commonwealth, State Committee Man, Hamden, Hampshire, and Worcester District, Senatorial District, State Committee Woman, Hamden, Hampshire, and Worcester District, Senatorial District, and Town Committee for the Town of Granby. And you are hereby directed to serve this warrant by posting attested copies thereof at 5 or more public places as of the bylaws before the time of said voting. Hereof fail not and make return of this warrant with your doings thereon to the town clerk at the time and place of said voting, given under our hands this 12th day of February 2024. So I'm making a motion to approve the election warrant for the primaries.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion?
None.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye. I'm trying to make it big enough to read.
I know. Oh, I could be giving you the second copy. Sorry. All right. Chris, were you able to get a hold of the engineer for the Mass DOT work? Okay.
No. Before we get into that, I had forwarded you those letters.
Yes, you did.
I wasn't sure if Kathy put them in there.
They're not in here, but I can bring them up on my phone because I did read
Well, if you
them.
want, I can go up and print off a couple copies if that's what you want.
I think there was one that you had it in its entirety, so there's one sentence that I would like you to carry over to the other two, so it gives a little more explanation. Like you said, the two towns have entered into the IMA
Yep.
agreement, so I think that way they know.
Put that into the Callan one too, then probably.
Yeah, both of them, so that way it's
Okay.
consistent with all three letters.
Okay.
That was the only thing that I saw.
Because the first one was to Stony Lodge, basically.
Yep. Right over
Increasing from 10.5 to 32 EDUs.
Yep.
The other one was for Howland Properties LLC.
Yep.
Increasing from 1 EDU to 3.5 EDUs because they have a restaurant in there with tables and they have a salon.
Yep.
That was the main reason for that going up.
Yep.
And then the other one was the notice to be sent to all sewer users for 5 corners and what we consider to be like the 1994 edition, which is basically along the property line or the border of South Hadley and Granby, that the rate is going up $80 per a vote of the South Hadley Board of Selectmen and the acting as their sewer commissioner. So
Yeah, the first letter that you wrote for the LLP, Samari, that one has all that information in it with the IMA, the intermunicipal agreement. And I liked how you broke down the pricing for them. Like, this is what you were paying, but this is what you're going to be charged now. So this is how much it's going to be for the second one for your 2024.
well, we haven't issued the first one for 2024 yet.
Okay.
So that'll be as of the first one being issued out is
Okay.
the increase, which is the period July 1 through December 31st.
There's something in addition. It shows the last rate and what it's going up to.
Well, I had written that like 6 months back
Okay.
when we had first been notified that they were
Right.
looking at increasing the rate, and then they did increase the rate.
So I guess my question, Chris, for this is they're increasing, South Hadley's increasing from 280 to 360.
Yep.
But our rate was.
I don't know what our rate's gonna end up going up because I haven't
Okay.
calculated our rates
What our portion of the
based upon
maintenance
the
is.
budget you just approved last Thursday night.
Okay. So
Okay?
that's why you're not putting in for the 2025 what it's gonna be, you're just saying it's gonna increase.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So, but it's gonna be over the 380 because we're responsible for maintaining a certain portion, so we have to have some kind of money
Yes.
in there to maintain it.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
If you want, I can try and do a quick calculation based upon.
No,
the-
because I don't want us to give them a number and then they hold us to that number later. I think to
Right.
take your time and make sure we've got it right.
Okay,
We're
but I'm
just
just
saying
saying.
that it's just gonna
you know,
increase.
We had just did those numbers on Thursday night, so I just want to
Okay.
make sure that everything is in there, that we need
Right.
to have in there.
Yeah, that was part of the sewer.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about the letters, Rick?
No, as long as they get the residents get a warning that it's gonna go up, even though we don't know what the number is yet, correct? I'm fine with them. I think they're written very well.
So, yeah, just to add the IMA, so they would know that it's not like you said, it's not us that went up on it. Our sewer commissioner, who's in charge of it, went up on it, and so
Yep.
now they have to pay their fees. Yeah, I think it sounds good. For Hallen, did you want to do a breakdown of the cost increase for him?
Yeah, I can do that. I can add
Yeah.
that into it. And then I'll bring him to the next board meeting and you can sign
On the
it
26th?
on the 26th.
That sounds good. So we don't need a motion or anything right now because we're not,
No, we're not approving them.
okay,
We'll approve them when you go to sign.
okay.
Okay.
And you'll have time tomorrow, by the way.
I know, I just got it too. All right, One Stop for Growth is towards May and June.
And actually, it's open
It's open
for
now?
SOIs right now.
Oh, okay,
I got that email from them that says it is open. So I will put in, at least for the community project like we
Yep.
did last year. And I don't know what else the board would want to do because I think we were looking at water main type of
no,
project.
but we can't afford both, to be honest with you.
Right, so I wasn't sure if you wanted to do some other type of project, infrastructure project or Or maybe just explore the MWRA with them.
Right.
Maybe we can get them to assist us in giving us some money to explore what it would cost to join the MWRA for a public water supply that we can then move forward with trying to water the town.
Yeah.
Where would that come in through? Probably the Chicopee one, right?
Yeah, it would come in through Chicopee, and we are talking about possibly putting a tank up on Dufresne Park somewheres, because I believe that's the high point
Yeah.
in town.
It is?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's got a
Not
very
Finn's
high
Hill
water
up here?
table.
No, it's not Finn's Hill, it's Dufresne Park.
I didn't know that.
And then we would start doing feeder pipes from there down 202 and spider it out with additional pump stations to increase the water pressure as we get farther and farther away.
Now, when we apply for so this is just what we're interested in doing, right?
Right.
So it's a statement of interest, and
Yep.
therefore, we're interested in exploring our water, but we don't have to have everything planned out to the T.
We're seeking funding for technical assistance
Okay.
to develop a public water supply using MWRA water, quality water, basically.
Yeah.
Because we know we can't use South Hadley, the highest they can go is Amherst Street,
Okay.
because then we're at the top of their wellhead, and they can't guarantee 20 pounds of pressure past Amherst Street. And so we were looking out for an alternative way of doing it. And that's when we were talking about putting a tank up in Dufresne Park and then
Yeah,
feed it down from there.
have a little research on that. Depending on the size and the elevation, you
Right.
develop that pressure.
But I need money to assist us in trying
In
to,
Oh, yeah.
doing that, yeah.
so.
No, I think that's a great idea, Chris.
What about, didn't Glenn say something when he was here about the D2 helping out?
He did talk about D2, but
They reached out to him. right?
they reached out to him, and he was gonna get back to him, but he never set anything up. Because they have a new water superintendent, I believe, over there
At D2?
at D2.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how they would come in, how D2 would end up coming in.
A bunch of ways.
Yeah.
116.
But I don't know where their pipes would be that'd be allowed them to
Pleasant.
come in.
Yeah.
Pleasant Street by Coal Hill, I think they come up a little bit there.
You know,
That could get this part.
See, I always thought District 2 was New Ludlow Road, South Hadley into New Ludlow, like the Chigby and South Hadley. Thought that was District 2, down Morgan Street. I thought,
I thought they had a feeder there too.
yeah. And so,
No, D2 comes down Amherst Road up to Greystone. Because they
Yeah.
have the hydrants there up through
Yeah.
Greystone.
okay,
That's where they feed into.
And it stops coming down Aldrich Street right before my house.
Guess you should have built closer to the line.
But they said they could connect it. But I need to hit the lottery.
I think they were gonna come down the opposite way on Pleasant Street. I think they were talking about the Five Corners
Yes, yes.
from the South Hadley line, come in that way along Pleasant. But we can talk about that at the next board meeting too, what the board wants to do,
okay.
so.
Yeah, 'cause
It's
we've
always
got
good to
time, right?
explore.
It's
It
not
doesn't mean we're
very
gonna get it
close.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we have till March, late March, I think.
for the statement of interest.
I'll forward you the email to you that I received.
All right, and nothing on Five Corners, Helen?
Actually, Brian did call their attorney and, you know, it's a fact of, according to our counsel, because they have been using that piece of property there that the Mass Highway had identified as being ours. They've been using it for more than 20 years. and they would have a good case of adverse possession because it's been paved for quite a while. And we could try and take it, but the only reason we could try and get it back would be if we're gonna use it for public use. And we're not doing any public use with it, like a street or anything of that nature, or a park, things of that nature. So he thinks that Hallen would probably have a good case of winning, of getting possession of the property. Plus, I think he said they were being taxed for that property also by the assessor's office. So I would want to explore that a little bit more.
So I have a question on the state project that's going through there.
Yep.
Now, are they taking some of that and
Yes, because they're putting a second lane in for right-hand turn only.
Is it just the green area on the side, or are they actually taking parking spots? Because
You have to take-
I'm like looking at the stakes coming off of
The
Amber.
stakes look like they just go down through the green portion,
Right.
just to like almost the edge of the parking, the paved area, from what I see.
But if it's a DOT, aren't they gonna share the road where they have a certain amount where a bike comes down?
That's right, I don't know if they're gonna put a bike
Yeah.
Bike
path
path
in.
and,
Yeah.
and sidewalk.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna do a sidewalk there. I think the sidewalk is just supposed to continue up 202 with a crosswalk going across Hammer Street
Yeah.
to continue up towards Finzel.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing a sidewalk up Amber Street.
No,
No, but in front of Hamlin property, I thought they were gonna do
Yes.
something there
Yeah.
too.
yes. They're gonna go there, then put the crosswalk across Hammer Street and then continue with the sidewalk up towards Finzel.
Did you ever get a plan from the DOT on that?
These are all bits and pieces,
Yeah.
because when they're gonna do the Pleasant, or the School Street one,
Yep.
they're bringing sidewalks from Belchertown line
I
downwards.
drove past that this way on the way to work, and their surveyors were out there staking it, so there's.
They've been doing a lot of
Yeah.
staking of properties or
Yeah,
right of ways, so. And then I believe there's gonna be another phase where they're gonna connect the two ends of the town together.
oh,
You know,
from the
they were
school
gonna
street
do-
down to,
Well,
Yeah.
Dufresne Park, I think, is part of that plan, and then they're gonna try and tie here all the way
right,
up to
and
Dufresne
it
Park.
looks
Right,
like, I
it's-
remember,
It's,
it's on the early mud side there,
yes,
staked out, so and that's running all the way up through the high school,
right.
Right
And
now.
that's where they're planning on, I think, putting the sidewalk in.
yeah.
That is a busy road. I mean.
No, I'm not opposed to it. My issue was, I hate to see, Halen, been, like you said, there 20-something years. And I'd hate to see them lose parking spots.
Well, I'm being contacted by People's Bank wanting to know what's going on because they're not sure if they want to put that kiosk back in.
Back in there.
Because that's a $100,000 piece of equipment that they'd have to invest in.
That much?
Yeah. And looking at what they've got there, it doesn't look like it's going to affect that operation, but I can't tell People's Bank that it isn't.
How about
We don't have enough information to give them now.
No.
Well, that's why I kind of wanted to see the blueprint from the Mass DOT on that. I want their
There's
final
gonna be a-
outlay of it. I'm worried about them taking away business from those people right there.
Mhm.
You drive by this morning, it was packed.
There's gotta be a project number for Mass DOT though. They always have a project number for it, so I wonder if there's a way to look that up.
Let me contact David and see if maybe he's got the name of somebody
Yeah.
to,
Because, my question when we had that Zoom meeting was how far up Amber Street that was going, and they said that. No,
it's only going like, just up to like almost where they enter into Dunkin' Donuts
Yeah,
off of
there's-
Amher Street.
Yeah, that's what they said. No, they weren't gonna do it, but
They were
now,
only talking 1 or 2 car lengths. That's all they were talking.
yeah, I'm seeing more stakes going up past that. So that's why I'm questioning. I
Well,
don't
they're
know.
probably widening the road.
Yeah.
They're gonna do a gentle widening of the road probably at that end.
Goes up here. We're probably gonna hear from the neighbors, because there goes two houses. this
I'm
thing.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But if it's the state, isn't it eminent domain?
State, because they're using it for a public reason, there's
Right.
probably not much.
There's not much, yeah, I get it, but it was like, I
And
think,
I believe that checks were already issued by the state to people whose property they were taking pieces of.
I did not know that part.
So there's nothing we can do to stop the state from taking his
No.
parking lot because they're using it for public use, so it's eminent domain. So as far as Mr. O'Toole saying that he could get possession of the property, so he would have to take that up with the state then at that point, right?
Yes, yes.
But obviously our assessors have to stop charging him for that property.
Yeah, he should file for an abatement
Yeah,
indicating that the state has taken over possession of some of the property.
right. Any update on the senior work-off program?
No, I've been busy doing budgets and other items. Actually talking with the candidate or the director. And I want
Yeah.
to set up a executive session with the board to hammer out the final details of this contract.
Okay. Will that be for the 26th? or
I'd
is
like to
too-
do that, I'd like to do that on the 26th.
Okay,
Because he will not give notice for his current employer until he has a signed contract with
yep,
us.
No, I
I
don't blame
understand
him. I
that,
don't
yeah,
blame him.
absolutely.
Yep, so I want to try and fast track it as much as
Yeah.
possible. I did send him a draft contract. He was going to send me an email with his comments, and I was going to forward all that to the board members so that you be prepared to meet and negotiate his contract,
Okay.
hopefully on the 26th.
That's great. I'm excited about that. West Street building, I know you said that the temporary tanks are in.
Temporary tanks are in. I have contacted Western Mass Environmental a couple times. I haven't heard back of when they're planning on pulling the tank out. So every week or so, I just send another email asking what the status is. We are looking at the septic system up there because I believe there are like 2 septic systems.
Really?
One on one side of the building along the tree line that goes out towards the salt shed. And then there was another one that goes over by where the old playground used to be, gym structure, play structure.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that one. I don't remember seeing the one on the other side.
So what we were doing,
On the, what would it be, the south
Is that on the
side?
parking lot?
yeah.
So one by the playground in the back and then one by
And
the,
the one on the opposite side of the building up towards where the salt shed is.
I never knew about that one. I knew about the one, I saw it in the other.
Believe me, it's been an adventure trying to find it and trying to figure out if it is fully functional and, or if we have to do any work on it. You know,
Okay.
we're really trying to take care of all the basics first.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I get it.
And then go forward. We are close to developing the RFP or finalizing the RFP for owner-operator manager, OPM,
Okay,
as required by state law. And then once we get that, then we will hire them and they will assist us in selecting a designer and then we can start moving forward.
okay. Moving forward, getting contractors to come in
Yep.
there.
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
so Chris, with the Western Mass Environmental, that was gonna come and remove the tank, have you tried calling them? Sometimes they just don't answer to emails as quickly.
This guy did.
He
This
did?
guy, he
Okay.
used to. I gotta dig out his card. I gotta find his card again
Okay,
to try calling, but if not, I believe his wife runs the company, so I can
Okay.
always try her.
okay. And the 2 septic tanks is just to see, are they both functioning? Which one are we using? Are they both good? What's
Yes.
happening?
And
Okay.
if one is no good, maybe look about crushing it or whatever, so that we can just
I use it.
make sure we have a functioning system,
Yeah,
or functioning systems, if, because we are planning on utilizing the cafeteria.
Yep.
So we probably will have to put grease traps in and things of that nature as required.
Yeah.
under current regulations.
It's good to hear it's moving.
Yeah.
The only concern that we have is that people are still walking their dogs up there. And right now, we have some open holes for when looking for the septic systems and components of it. And they feel that we can't tell them not to be on our property. So we're starting to run into some issues there.
People
People.
who were on there,
There was a lady,
They're
for
saying you
instance,
can't
there was a
stop.
lady walking her 2 dogs there. Jeremy had mentioned to her that, not to be on the property because we have the holes, open holes there, and she says, you can't tell me I can't come here.
well, we know that's wrong.
We can post it.
We have posted it, we have posted no trespassing all over the property. I told Jeremy the next time it happens to call the police department and have an officer come down and speak with the person.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, we should have yellow tape around those holes.
Well, we've got snow fence and stuff up around them, we're
Oh,
trying,
okay.
we're trying to put stuff around,
Yeah,
but like I said,
perfect.
we've known people to tear snow
Snow
fence
fence
down
down,
when we
yeah.
had the playground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Surrounded by it, so that doesn't keep people out very much.
I was gonna say, when this is all gonna be under construction, the tanks are gonna be pulled and there's gonna be machines there and stuff, we've gotta have some way to keep people out. Like, is
Right.
there, but that is the construction company that puts up temporary fencing, right?
Yep.
Okay. So
But
which
I,
one-
I am gonna make sure that there's a police detail there,
Okay,
to make sure that we don't get the onlookers who wanna come and see the tank being removed, coming on property. So, I will make
and it
sure.
just keeps everyone.
It's a safety
to-
issue. I don't,
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm sure, I mean,
There's a lot
I
of,
love go see people, construction people
Right.
dig a hole in the ground too, but
Yeah, but you can't get too close and
then
they
you're
need
in
to
the
work.
way.
They
Right.
need to swing their excavator, arm around and stuff.
and I really wanna go watch it being taken out, but
Yes.
no, I probably won't be able to, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, let them do their thing. Yeah,
Yep.
and safely.
Yes.
and then we did already pick a date for the cookout, right?
Yeah, I think it was, May,
Yeah, I have it in my phone, May 8th, sound rings a bell for me, but I could be wrong.
well, we kept debating back and forth.
I don't know, did I write it down?
Thought it was,
We did go back and forth between.
wasn't it the 17th?
Yes, you are right, at 11 a.m.
Yep, that's what I got written down.
So COA. All right, and Mr. Lenhart for the Forge Pond.
I signed a contract to move forward with it, and as far as I know, they're gonna do their thing.
And that's for the design of the
Design
construction.
phase, design phase, no
Okay.
construction, correct.
I was reading one of the minutes that I didn't read it in its entirety, and it says for construction. I was like, we're not constructing yet.
No,
So design for construction.
yes,
So I thought the first year is the design, second year is construction.
yes.
Okay. And then open space, we got the email that you sent us, that's great.
Yeah, we got the DLTA money, so.
So I did have a question on that, Chris. What does it mean by 5% match? Is that just the people who are on the committee helping research?
We can do a 5%, but it can be an in-kind match.
Okay.
So what we do is you keep track of the hours that the people on the committee are putting in. We can assign a dollar figure to that
Okay.
to do, say we gave in-kind for hours of service of $1,000, $500, $900, whatever it is, how many times the committee met, how long they met, how many members were there, and we assign a dollar figure to that.
And now that's just for this part, not for last year? 'Cause
But we
last
can do
year-
it for last year, I think, too.
Okay, I didn't know if they would allow us because this is a different section of the
we can
open
try.
space, but it was still a
Yeah,
continuation.
we can try.
Okay. So I'll look back at the 3 times that we met
Mhm.
and write down the hours for it and give you a list of who was there.
Right, and then
Okay.
everybody gets their share.
All right, and then Kimberly is supposed to email me, you, to get it started. We don't know. just email one of us.
Yeah.
As long as we hear from her to move it forward. That's great. All right.
And actually, I think we're dealing with Ken Comia on that too.
Yeah, I did see that. That's and he is on the planning board, right?
He's the advisor to the planning board from
Okay.
PVPC, yes.
All right. And then we did already talk about the MWRA for the One Stop for Growth. We have an update on Council on Aging. And then for the green communities, do you know if they filed our annual report? They did, because we got
Yes, good.
we got our status back as a
Yes.
green community.
Yes.
Okay. Now we just have to look to see if there's anything that we want to do with what they're offering for grants, right?
Mhm.
I think the big one is West Street. If we can use any of those grants for West Street, like with electrical and stuff. I know you had talked about with West Street getting the necessities. Did we get National Grid in there yet to update the electrical?
I haven't got National Grid in there, but we did have that company come in who did the work for the other buildings.
The audit, energy audit?
Yes.
Okay,
And actually, I should get back to him and see what the status is on that.
okay.
But I know we walked through the building and we gave him some information, but I haven't heard back
Okay.
on any of the programs that are out there.
Okay, so, but he can advise us on what's
Yes.
available to us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and Glenn's not here to look at the TA evaluation, and I don't think Kathy put my draft in any, I don't know if she put it in your emails. If you had a draft of the TA evaluation
No, I
that I
think
had.
that's just what you passed out.
Okay, so I had emailed her last week the questions that I had wanted in there, and she was gonna forward it to you and Glenn for you guys to take a look at it. Did she go on vacation on Friday, Chris, or on Monday?
She left on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, I sent it to her Thursday night, so I understand. That's not enough turnover time. She's like, I think I can do it, but I get it. When you come into the office and people are here and you're busy, you just don't always have time.
I do not have it.
Okay. So she'll probably have it for the 26th then, so we'll table that to the 26th.
Yeah. Did you see the one she sent about the Eagle ceremony inviting us?
Yep. I did see that.
You gonna go?
I honestly haven't had a chance to look at my calendar to see if I can go. But you're usually able to go to represent us, right?
Yeah,
I think it was in March, right? March 17th?
it's in West Springfield. That's a new one.
Yeah.
When I was in, well, I shouldn't say the name.
No, you can't say the name. Chris, there was something that came up that I wanted to ask you for clarification on. So, a finance committee member has said that back in, it was August 25th, 2021, there was a select board meeting that occurred where forms from 2017 were not filed with the IRS. We hired a company, or you had asked
And I've
us.
been working on those.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if you had an update on it, because there's a lot of rumors going around, and I just want to, for transparency purposes, find out what's going on with it. I know that company was hired for a 6-year
It
term.
was called Trusaic, yes.
Cause Crusade.
It was Trusaic, Trusaic. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
still-
I've seen that on the warrants.
Right, and
Yeah.
what I've done is I'm still trying to get numbers out to them in the format that they want. I've been having problems getting stuff to them.
Okay,
For some reason, it won't accept the format that I've been giving to them.
okay,
They tell me they'll accept Excel, but then when I go to do Excel, it won't upload the files. I tried PDF and won't upload the files.
okay.
And I've been trying to deal with them to try and figure out what format I have to put it in to try and get it to them.
So that was,
It's like 2017 through 2021 or something like
Yeah.
that, 2022,
2020.
something like that.
Okay, so they haven't cleared it up yet. They're still working on it.
Mhm.
So we don't know what kind of fines we're facing, but we're hoping it's only gonna be a small fee for the late fee for
Right, I'll
filing
see
the
if we can
paperwork.
try and get it waived,
Okay,
being a municipality. Again, tucking it in amongst all the other things and
yeah. So we hired them for a 4-year period, and that was 2021, so we're only on 3 years, right? So we
Yep.
still have 1 more year with them, for them to hopefully clear it up
Yep.
for us.
Yep.
All right. Do you have anything, Rick?
No.
Right. I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will second that motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you.